approach does not work all the time with all different learners. So I think that it is important for the teacher to determine when it is appropriate and the kind of student that they're having. So.
I agree that production should be the most important thing in the classroom because after all, language is about production, you know? I mean, and there cannot be communication without production.
We do agree until certain extent.
Why?
Because, for example, if you have a group of 44 students, it's going to be really difficult for you to be communicative, and not just that, but all of them actually understand what you are saying.
So I think that it is necessary to use only English in the class. Despite the fact our mother tongue, Spanish, it is useful sometimes, but very little, very little.
If they are beginners, of course I would use Spanish as a bridge language because there's no point in me using a language when they don't know what I'm just saying. So I should use our mother tongue, which is Spanish, to help them understand.
Yeah, one of the main problems and concerns that my own students communicate me in the first levels is that how can you teach me in a language I don't know? That's why I'm taking the course, you know? So usually with the first level I speak Spanish as much as I can, especially in the first classes.
But not to overuse them. I mean, not to use them all the time. It is useful in certain moments, in specific moments, and for specific information. I mean, if it is a song or a paragraph they want to know more about, but they don't know English, of course, it is useful to use translations.
And we cannot only speak English in our high school because it's difficult for the students to understand what you're saying, even though you do the same thing in a course, and they are going to pay attention to you. But it's different because in a high school, the student is not paying attention to the teacher. They are paying attention to social life, if we can understand that.
Anything.
You have to use translation so they can understand new vocabulary. Otherwise, they won't
I think it should be a balance.
Well, in my case, I try to use a lot of body language. Body language is very, very useful. I try to use a kind of language or words very similar to Spanish.
Voilà, si ils ne comprennent pas, j'utilise des autres manières pour m'expliquer. Par exemple, je peux faire des mimiques, sinon je peux donner des exemples, sinon je mets les sujets dans une autre situation. Ok, mais toujours c'est l'idée de qu'ils comprennent ce que je dis.
And I give them many expressions so they can use them in the appropriate context. And of course, after I give them the expressions, I make them use them. I mean, for example, they say, Profesor, ¿cómo se dice tal cosa? Yo, what? I gave you the question for that. So I make them use them until it becomes something natural.
I was taught using the SVO formula, subject, verb, object, so I think it's so universal, and if I use it in our class, they would understand the essence of grammar, so I guess I would use just SVO formula.
Parfois, si vous voulez expliquer quelqu'un, par exemple, le passé composé ou en temps verbal, il faut utiliser des formules. Mais ça dépend aussi des étudiants. Si les étudiants vont une formule, vous devez lui donner les formules. Sinon, ce n'est pas nécessaire. Ça dépend des élèves. Ce ne dépend pas de moi.
Okay, well, I do think we can use the structures because, I mean, we have learned that through the years and stuff, and it's the basic, but I also believe that there are other ways to get students to learn this grammatical structures, like you said before, using another strategies.
Dialogues.
Drills.
drill,
exercises, music, videos, performance, like role plays. Try to make them involved into the class.
Yes, flashcards. I use a lot of body language, like mimic. And also I put my student as example. For example, if I'm working with a closed subject, I can point some student out, and that's why I show what close I'm thinking about.
There. And also I try to contextualize the student to what I'm trying to explain.
Particularly in my case, I'm extremely visual. So I love using visual aids, flashcards, magazines, pictures and videos if possible.
Well, maybe I'm the America. I'm not a part of a redneck agenda. Now everybody to the propaganda and sing along to the edge of paranoia.
All those methodologies and resources they have help students to improve their knowledge or speaking skills.
Yeah, I think that we should follow that, all the theories that we have studied, because a lot of them actually make sense.
I think that we have to take some elements of the different methods and approaches to apply them to reality, because not all of them, I mean, maybe they are thought for an ideal class environment.
We can combine them. It's better if we work with a combination of both approaches.
I think we must use a mix of strategies, not only communicative, but I don't know, other approaches.
Welcome to a new kind of tension all across the alien mission, where everything is meant to be okay. Don't think your dreams of tomorrow, we're not the ones I'm meant to follow. Babe, that's enough to like you.
Two.
Okay.
Work do you in the real life class? Can you repeat the question? In terms of...
Sorry, funny. Yes, I do. I agree that production... Wait, should I look at the camera or you? Okay. Okay.
Do you think that it is really worth it?
Okay, let's say something.
Talking about myself, I think that I agree, because in order for you to keep the students entertaining and stuff like that, you should be communicative in the sense that not in no, córrelo. Porra eso.